Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 2 of the BSGL highlights. We're kicking off this game with the Oklahoma City Bison and the Toronto Huskies. His very first play, Owen Bradley just gets lost and lets Lu Feng in for an easy slam to start the day. Later on, Bison in transition. Here's Feng finding Towers for a slam as the Bison jump out to a 4-0 lead. Now it's 7-0. Here's Bradley inside getting blocked by Feng. Rebound, no good. And it's finally collected by the Bison after 3 misses by Owen Bradley on some good defense by Feng. Speaking of good defense, here's Feng with a steal and a cradle jam at the other end as he rocks the baby to sleep and puts the Bison up 9-0. Now 11-2 later in the first. Here's Feng with yet another steal as he strips Owen Bradley. Goes behind the back, finds his big man inside, who gets the bucket. Into the second quarter. Here's Bradley driving his team down 10. Now just 8 on the mid-range J. Now the Huskies down 6, still in the second quarter. Here's Feng, pump fake, fakes right, goes right, and then jams it. He had the rim in his sights the whole way. Here we go to end the second quarter. There's Bates with a deep one, but it is no good as the Huskies just trail by 2 going into the half. Now to start the third quarter, Feng guarding Bradley. Bradley goes inside to definitely not DeAndre Brimbury as he throws it down with 2 hands. Bison still up by 2 later in the third. Here's not DeAndre Brimbury for 3. No good. Big man board blocked by Feng as Feng gets him on the backside and says no. Now the Bison by 4. There's a nice spin move and goes right at the rim, but Feng says no yet again. Not a great layup attempt as he is swatted by Feng and they get a nice transition bucket. Later on, there's a steal by the Bison. To Feng, to Towers, inside, slam. Another big bucket from the Bison as they go on an 8-0 run. Here's the Huskies running the break. It's definitely not DeAndre Brimbury, goes right at the rim and tries throwing it down. But that is Ahern with the swat. As later we have Bradley going at the rim, and he is going to throw it down with 2 hands as he brings the Huskies within 6 in the third quarter. Huskies still down 6 now. Here's Bradley with the ball on a nice drive as he throws it off the face of that Bison defender. And the Bison get the easy jam off the fast break as we don't know what in the world happened there for Owen Bradley as he hit that Bison defender right in the teeth with one. So now about a minute later in the third, here's Bradley getting stripped yet again. Bison running the break as there's Wright for 3. Not even close. What a terrible shot from Wright after a great find. As here's Feng running the break, and he's going to cradle it home. Gave it up and got it right back and got right at the rim for that nice cradle dunk. As we move into the fourth quarter, here's Bradley putting a spin move on Feng right at the rim, and Feng says no yet again. Feng with yet another block as he's racking them up. Now on the break, right at the hole, and gets it to go. That is now a 10-point Bison lead. Later on, Feng defending Bradley. Bradley loses it, but then just goes right at the hoop as Feng got a little out of position after he thought he had the steal. Now an 8-point game off the miss. Here's Feng at the rim again as he's going to collect the foul and dunk on Justice, I think was the man's name, as he will hit the free throw. Next possession for the Huskies. Feng takes it away from Bradley at first. Bradley gets it right back, and then the big man's going to slam it in the face of Mini Bison. Now the Huskies running another fast break, just down 7. And Feng blocks Bradley again. No good. The Huskies still down 7. Here's Bradley, wide open for 3, as he gets it to fall, and it is just a 4-point game with 2:49 remaining. Now with a minute 20 left, still the same score. Here's Bradley, trying to drive on Feng. Not much doing. Goes at the hoop, and it is no good. Feng with the rebound. So now here's Feng, going way up the court to Bates. Bates gives it back to Feng. Feng, layup, good. So it is now a 6-point Bison lead with just a minute 08 remaining. So we're on the Huskies' next possession. Still down 6. Bradley trying to do something with it. He goes up and can't get it to fall, and Feng will collect the rebound and get fouled. And that will just about do it in this one as the Bison tack on some rebounds there at the end. So we look at some box scores around the league. Denzel Spears with a nice 18-point game. But even though that, his team could not pick up the W, as we see Alan Smith's numbers there as well. Then in game number 2 on the night, Lamar Shelton and Lamar Outlaw both with 21. Lamar Shelton with a triple-double for the Wranglers as they defeat the Skyliners. Whew! As we see John Francis's numbers as he collected a nice double-double but couldn't get the win. Now for the Flamingos, we see Achille Antonov had 23 assists and a triple-double, and their loss to the Buzz as DeAndre Johnson also had a triple-double behind 22 points. And then, of course, in that last game, Owen Bradley with 18 but with 7 for 29 with 7 turnovers. But Liu Feng, 33 points, 23 boards, 12 assists, and 10 blocks, a quadruple-double for Liu Feng, the first one in the BSGL. As we move into game number 2 of the week, as it is Wranglers and Sacramento Sting, as we see Brian Williams get a rebound and then go coast to coast right at the rim as he slams it down for the first 2 points of the game. Now in a 2-2 game, here's Lamar Shelton, puts a dirty crossover on his man, and then windmill 360s at home. His man got lost in the sauce on that one. Here's Brian Williams in a 5-5 game, finding his big man, who was wide open underneath. Now the Sting down 2. Here's Williams again, going right at the rim. Mid-range, no, decides to pass, and Lamar Shelton swats him. Lamar says no. That is one of his big advantages to guarding smaller defenders. Here we are later in the game. Here's Lamar Outlaw with a nice bucket, and that'll cause the Sting to call timeout. Outlaw is this Wrangler shooting guard, and he is going to be a big problem alongside Lamar Shelton. As we see the Sting get a steal here, and Brian Williams goes right at the rim, about caught him one of the Lamars, and he'll put his team up 1. Now here's Outlaw again, driving left, and there's that floater. Lamar Outlaw greens the floater to put the Wranglers up 1. Wranglers still up 1 now. Here's Outlaw again on the break as he throws it down one-handed. Wranglers up 3. Now the Wranglers up 4. Here's the Sting on a break. They're going to find Brian Williams inside, who is wide open, and he gets an easy bucket in transition as he's doing pretty well here early. Wranglers with a transition play as I tried throwing the lob. Little did I know that man had no playmaking as I brick one off the side of the backboard. As here's Shelton again later in the game. Wranglers still up 3. He's putting a post move on the little man and then dunking on the big man as Lamar Shelton goes up top and puts it in the face of the Sting center. As here he is again in transition, as we saw Fung do it in the first game. And here's the cradle dunk, the BSGL signature from Lamar Shelton. Here we are later in the game. Here's another transition opportunity for this Wranglers. Lamar Shelton finds Lamar Outlaw for another nice floater as they're both scoring at will here early. As there's a steal by Lamar Outlaw, and the man who collected it's going to give it right back to him as Lamar Outlaw proves that Shelton is not the only one who can get the highlight jams on this team as he rocks the baby to sleep and throws it home. As here's Shelton driving, gets double teamed, finds a man inside who will score easily. A nice pass from Shelton as they lead now by 13. Here's Williams trying to get his team going inside, whips it out, and in the face of Shelton. I don't know who that was, but he nails the 3 to make it a 10-point game. Now the Outlaws by 13. Shelton finds Outlaw again as Outlaw throws it down with the right hand. He had nothing but the rim in his sights there. As now the Outlaws lead by 16 as they are pulling away as Shelton launches it down court for that white-haired man with the horrible lob earlier in the game for a two-handed slam. Now in the 4th, Outlaws up 16 as here's Williams finding another man for an easy 3. That was about all she wrote in that one as that game got ugly fast. So here we are checking out the box score in the game. Lamar Shelton with yet another triple-double as Lamar Outlaw put up a nice scoring output as well. And then for Sacramento, Brian Williams had that nice double-double if they will take the L. Moving on into Game 3, we have the Atlanta Legends at the Phoenix Blaze. The Blaze are down 5 early. There's a steal by Reggie George. As Reggie whips it up to Bumgarner, who finds Barrows for 3. And it is now an 8-point Legends lead. As here the Blaze on a fast break opportunity. As here we see Riley go right at the rim to get a bucket to bring his Blaze within 6. They have not done too well here early. Next possession for the Legends. Here's Bumgarner going right at the rim as the big man shows off the driving ability and throws it down with 2 hands. Let's hear the Legends after the miss by the Blazers. Bumgarner goes right at the rim again and throws it down with nobody got in his way, and the Legends lead by 6 yet again. Now the Blaze down 18. Here's Pitsnoggle inside, finally getting a bucket. As you can see that he has been the big help for the team, as the rest have just gone 1 of 13. Still down 16 to the Blaze. Here's Riley on the drive. He finds his big man inside. He throws it down with one hand. Now a 14-point game. Here are the Legends on offense. Shot clock winding down. George whips it out to his point guard. Little screen and roll. He's going to have to fire. No, he throws it back to George for a deep three, and he gets it. Reggie George, not known for his three-point ability, but you cannot leave him that wide open no matter how deep it is, I guess. As here's the Blaze. Down 17, now 15, as B.J. Riley goes up and dunks all over that man and gets an and-one and hits his free throw. Now later in the game, Pitsnoggle a rebound as he throws it way up court to Riley, as now they're down just 12 on the dunks by Riley. He threw this one down with his left hand. Still down 12. Here's Riley with a rebound. Pushing it on the break. He goes right around his man and slams another one home. B.J. Riley starting to get a little bit of life into his team. But not enough, as they're still down 12. Here's a pass inside. And wow, what a terrible miss from that man. And then George blocks the second chance effort. Now out to Baker, who finally gets one to fall. Because that has seemed like the Blazers night on offense. They need 3 shots just to get a shot to fall. And here's the Legends up 11, now 13 on the pass from George and the slam by that Legend that I do not know the name of. Here's Riley going at the rim yet again, as he slams it all over his defender and Reggie George. As Riley, not typically known for his finishing, at least he wasn't supposed to be, but I guess when nothing else is falling, you got to do something. It's here's George getting inside and getting a nice one-handed slam. So here's Riley, his team down 12 in the fourth. Mid-range bucket got it to put him down just 10. Now still down 12. Can't get a defensive stop. Calls for the screen from Pitsnoggle. As I tried to get this to be a 3 but could not, but I still got the green on the jumper. And now it's just a 10-point game. Here's the Blaze on defense. Barros getting a screen, throwing the lob. As the big man got lost, not knowing what to switch or not, and they made us pay with the lob, as what a great pass that was. Pitsnoggle was wide open on the break. He tried throwing it inside. It goes right off the rim, and it ends up in a Legends bucket from Barros. And now here are the Legends up 13 with 1:20 left, and Reggie George slams the door as he collects an and-one and nails his free throw to put this at a 16-point game, as the Legends end up taking it by 17. A very strong showing from them. I could not get anything going offensively all night. So we see B.J. Riley's numbers, a double-double for him, and a nice game from Pitsnoggle as well, as Barros did well. And Reggie George collected 17 points and 14 boards. Looking at some more box scores on the day, we see that Cy Gilbert had a nice double-double in their win over the Skyliners, as it does not seem like the Skyliners can get many wins here despite Gene Francis's good play. So we see he got 2 blocks and a double-double. The Hilltoppers win yet again behind Parker's Puff, 30 points, as he is going insane here early in the season. As we see Rob Duncan with a nice game as well, except for those shooting numbers. Now the Buzz, yet again. They're going to lose this one to the Sharks as DeAndre Johnson collects another triple-double. And then we see Quentin Pope with a nice double-double, but he needs to get more shots up. Now for the Knights and the White Whales. Ivan Heinsohn, 18 points, 9 boards, no blocks for the big man. As we see point guard Mason Boyd put up 27, 5 boards, and 6 assists. I think that's what it is. I can't really see it from my angle. It's 6 or 8. As we move into the 4th game of the week, we have the Denver Goblins and the Minnesota Moose. Wade Cage against Cy Gilbert. As here we see on the Goblins' first possession, Wade Cage comes around, gets the pass, and goes right at the rim for 2. So here we see Cy Gilbert on the opposite end, spin move, and then step back fade, and it is good. Cy Gilbert gets his first bucket in a big way in this one. So here's Wade Cage, tried to drive, now brings it back out, gets a screen, goes right at the rim yet again, and throws it down in the face of defenders. Now after a Moose miss, here's the Goblins on the break. Wade Cage right at the rim again. Somebody's got to get in his way as he posters another defender. There's that poor man. You got to contest better than that. Here's the Goblins on another fast break. Lob up to Cage. And he could have easily slammed that, but just nicely lays it in. And here he is yet again, going right at the hoop. Saying, I have to do it. I've got to do it too many times forward. It's getting boring. Let's try it backwards. As he dunks on somebody with a reverse jam. Now later in the game, Goblins again on the break. How about that spin move for 2? As the Goblins are up big early. The Moose need to go back to what they know, which is Cy Gilbert as he scores again in the post. How about Wade Cage with a killer crossover as he makes his man look silly and then rocks the baby to sleep with the cradle dunk. Here's Klang with a miss, but a huge putback from a Denver player as they're up 15 now. Here's Cage going inside, finding his big man for a slam. Now up 15. Here's the Moose on a break as they find Cy Gilbert inside, who scores with Cage all over him as they're down just 13 now. Here's the Goblins on another break, going to Cage. Cage right at the rim and one. Cage showing off the finishing ability as he puts his team up 15 now, or 16 now 17. Now they're up 18. Here's Gilbert. He just hop steps right in and scores yet again, as he's been scoring here well throughout that first half and the part of the third quarter. As here he is again in the third, throwing it down to put his Moose down just 12. Now down 14. Here's the Moose again. Cy Gilbert inside. He picks up yet another bucket. Down just 12. Now down 10. As there's a miss on the break, as Gilbert collects it and puts it in. Now down just 8. Here's a steal from Gilbert, showing off the hands, as he did not let Cage get that one, and he finds a man who goes right at the rim after driving around his man, and now it is just a 4-point game early in the fourth. Here's Cage for 3 as he nails it. Wade Cage gets one to fall as his Goblins lead by 6 now. He puts a crossover on his man, hop steps it in, and then flips it up and gets the N1 on Gilbert as he puts the Goblins up 8. As you can see, he has 32 points up to this point. Make it 33 as he nails the free throw. Now up 7. Here's Cage again as he whipped it out to the center, thinking he was open as they were going to collapse on him inside. The center realizes he's got inside position, and Cage goes up and gets yet another and one as he is racking up the points here in this one. Now up 9. Here's Cage finding the big man, who was going to just slam it home after they doubled Cage. Still up 9 of the Goblins as we have 1:20 left as they go into Gilbert, and Gilbert instantly goes to the fadeaway and nails it. As it is now just a 7-point game, but that will be all she wrote. Goblins end up winning this one by 5 on a huge night from Wade Cage, who had 67 points and 22 rebounds as he was on fire from the line and on the drive, as we saw Cy Gilbert had a big game as well with his double-double. Now into the last game of the week. We have Hayden Oakley and the Orlando Apollos against the New Orleans Pandas and Midas Khan, as we see Oakley nail the 3 right off the bat. As here's Khan going at the rim, getting Oakley up in the air, and then collecting the and one. As it is now a 2-4 game as Midas Khan hits the free throw, makes it a 1-point game. Here's Oakley on the break, finding Hart. A nice pass from the big man there. Here's Khan finding a man on the break, as they are going tit for tat here early. Apollos by 2. Screen from Oakley. He whips it back out to him. Oakley for 3. Deep one. Bang. Hayden Oakley with 2 early threes here, as his team is now down 2. Here's Hart going at the rim. Missed it. Big man goes up. Blocked by Khan. Khan says no, and then they're going to run the break. He gives it off to Hayes. Hayes right at the rim, and it is good. So the Pelicans, or no, not the Pelicans, the Pandas. Now down 1. Here's Khan with a midi. He knocks it down. So now they're back up 1. Now down 2. Here's the Pandas. Pull up 3 from that man. No good. As there's a board, and Oakley says no on the block. No second chance points in here. As then Oakley, his man got lost on the transition, and he finds an easy 2-handed slam. And again here, somebody just got lost as Oakley just went right at the rim. Pandas now by 2. Inside to Oakley. Oakley spins, goes up, slams it 2-handed, showing off the post moves and tying this game. Now the Pandas up 2. As Hayes fires from deep and nails a 3 at the horn. What a shot. The Pandas going to the half by 5. Now a 2-point game. Here's Hart, the little man. looking like Will Trust as he puts his man on a poster. As here the Apollos finding Hayden Oakley inside with the inside positioning. He gets fouled and gets the and one. His free throw would make this a tie game, and it does. Now the Apollos up one. Here's Kahn in the paint. Righty hook, looking like Kareem. It is good. 1 point game now again. Here's Oakley. Nice little back cut as his point guard finds him for a two-handed slam. Both of these superstars seem to be scoring at will here in this one. As here's a Panda driving inside. Goes out to Kahn, and Oakley says no. Kahn should have just pulled up, but inside he decided to step in. And here's Oakley on the break as he whips it out. And then he can go right back in to find the open man. Look at the ball movement from the Apollos. 3-point game now as Oakley makes a huge mistake here trying to get the backside block as he fouls the center who would end up missing the free throw. Here's Kahn in transition. He gets two more. Now a 6-point game. Here's Oakley, another back cut as he slams one in the face of Midas Kahn. Midas Kahn not exactly known for his defense, but he can get up higher than this as Oakley slams it in his face. So here we are in transition. Oakley finding Hart for a nice reverse layup as it is now a 10-point game, and it got away from the Pandas late as Midas Kahn slams one late, but that will be the final score as the Apollos come into New Orleans and win this one by 8. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the box score. Midas Kahn with a 31-point game. Very nice outing for him as Hayden Oakley had 34 and 29. A nice duel between those two. Other games on the day. Lou Fung, his team picks up another W as he had a nice double-double, and Reggie George has one as well, but they could not get the job done. As there are our players of the week, Hayden Oakley and Wade Cage. That is all the time I have for this one, so if you enjoyed, please leave a like. Let me know what you guys thought, and I will see all of you guys for Week 3 highlights next time. Goodbye.